Hey everyone, and welcome to Bots with Thoughts. Today, we're diving headfirst into a question that's probably on your mind, especially if you're in school or just starting out. Is an AI going to take my job? It's a huge topic, so let's get right into it.
Okay, so picture this. You've just graduated, you got the degree, maybe even with honors. You did everything you were supposed to do. But you're months into the job hunt, and it is a struggle. And then you find out that awesome, entry-level spot you were a shoo-in for, it was filled by an AI. This isn't some far-off sci-fi movie plot, you know? It's a very real fear for a lot of people right now.
So, it's easy to paint AI as the villain in this story, right? But what if we're asking the wrong question? Maybe it's not about AI taking our jobs, but about how we can work with it. So, let's reframe this whole thing. Is AI a job taker, or could it be a teammate?
All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off with a big, scary-looking number. 57%. So a study from the McKinsey Global Institute found that, technically speaking, AI could automate 57% of all the hours we work here in the US. I mean, that's a number that kind of makes your heart stop, doesn't it? But, and this is so important, with stats like this, context is absolutely everything.
And here is that context. Even McKinsey, the people who did the study, are quick to point out that this number is all about technical potential. It's about automating specific tasks, not the guaranteed loss of entire jobs. See the difference? Just because a robot can do one part of your job, it doesn't mean you're suddenly out on the street.
So let's break that down. What are we talking about here? Well, AI is an absolute rock star at the repetitive, data crunching stuff. Processing tons of information, writing basic code, analyzing spreadsheets, that kind of thing. But what it's not good at, that's the really interesting part. It's the stuff that makes us human. Things like resolving a fight between coworkers, true creative design thinking, or having the emotional intelligence to really understand why a customer is upset. AI can't do that.
Okay, so if it's about tasks and not whole jobs, what actually happens when AI starts doing some of them? Well, a study from MIT looked into this, and what they found is fascinating. They saw that when an AI can do most of the tasks in a specific job, employment in that role tends to go down. But, and you got to hear this, when AI can only do a few of the tasks, employment can actually go up. Why? Because it frees up the humans to focus on the harder stuff, the human stuff, making the whole team way more productive.
Right, so we've established it's all about the tasks. The next logical question is, okay, which jobs have the most tasks that an AI could potentially do? Let's dig into the data. To figure that out, a study from the North Carolina Department of Commerce asked that exact question. And honestly, the answer might not be what you're expecting. Check out this chart. It shows the AI exposure score for different kinds of jobs. The higher the score, the more automatable tasks there are. And look, way over on the right, with really high scores, you've got white-collar fields like legal, business, and even computer science. These are jobs that involve a lot of processing information. But then look all the way to the left. You see hands-on jobs like construction and farming. Their scores are super low, some are even negative. That means the tasks they do are the least likely to be touched by AI.
So just to spell it out, the top 3 fields with the most AI exposure are legal, business and finance, and computer and mathematical jobs. And that kind of makes sense, right? These are all about analyzing text, crunching numbers, and working with data. The least exposed are the opposite. Jobs that are physical and happen out in the real, messy world. I mean, you're not going to ask ChatGPT to fix your plumbing, are you?
Okay, I know seeing a chart like that can be a little nerve-wracking, especially if your dream job is sitting right there on the high exposure side. But hang on, don't panic and change your major just yet. This isn't about running away from a career path, it's about getting smart and adapting. So, let's talk about how you can actually future-proof your career.
So what are the actual steps you can take? Well, Forbes has a pretty solid game plan. First off, do your homework. Get to know how AI is already being used in the field you want to go into. Second, take a look at yourself. Do a skills audit. Make a list of your technical skills and then list your uniquely human skills. And third, this is the big one, start thinking of AI as your sidekick. Let it do the boring, routine stuff, which frees you up to tackle the bigger, more creative projects.
And really, that's the core idea here. It's a total mindset shift. The goal is not to try and beat AI or run away from it. That's a losing game. The goal is to use it. Leverage it as a powerful tool that makes you better at what you do. Let it handle the grunt work so you can focus on the stuff that actually requires a human brain and human creativity.
So, let's wrap this up. What's the big takeaway? The whole AI threat isn't really about mass replacement. It's more like a great reshuffle. Your job itself is probably safe, but the skills that make you valuable in that job, those are definitely changing. Your creativity, your problem solving, your ability to collaborate, those are becoming your new superpowers.
So I want to leave you with this one thought. Stop asking, will an AI take my job? And start asking yourself, is my career ready for an AI teammate? Because the future isn't some epic battle of humans versus machines. It's humans and machines working together to do things we couldn't even imagine doing on our own. Thanks for watching Bots with Thoughts.